An investigation has found 3 times the normal level of bacteria in a burger from a Korean branch of McDonald's.
Before you unwrap that Big Mac, there's something you need to know. What if I told you McDonald's isn't just serving fast food, but a side of secrets they don't want you to know? From banned ingredients to shocking health risks, this isn't just a meal, it's a wake-up call. Join us as we unravel the secrets McDonald's will never tell you about. Health risks caused by McDonald's. While McDonald's is convenient, eating it often can cause long-term health issues. The meals are packed with calories and unhealthy fats, which can result in obesity and heart disease. Obesity itself is a major risk factor for various serious health conditions, such as diabetes, cancer, and chronic illnesses. Fast food meals are calorie-dense, and frequent consumption can lead to obesity. This condition is medically defined as having a body mass index of 30 or more. Obesity poses significant health risks and is linked to numerous diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Fast food options like McDonald's typically have high amounts of saturated and trans fats, which can increase the chances of developing heart disease. The excessive fat content can raise cholesterol levels, potentially clogging arteries and heightening the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular issues. Fast food meals are loaded with sugar, calories, and unhealthy fats, which can contribute to the onset of type 2 diabetes. This condition is a long-term health issue that arises when the body struggles to manage insulin properly. Eating too much McDonald's can result in insulin resistance, which may lead to type 2 diabetes. However, diabetes isn't solely caused by sugar. In reality, various foods and ingredients can heighten your long-term chances of developing type 2 diabetes, including refined grains. Sadly, most of the food and drinks available at McDonald's can significantly harm your blood sugar levels and insulin production. Our bodies are built to cope with changes in blood sugar levels, which occur every time we consume something. Yet, the severe insulin spikes triggered by McDonald's meals might be overwhelming, especially if consumed on a daily basis. Additionally, the sugar, carbs, and empty calories found in fast food meals greatly increase your risk of obesity, which is another factor that can lead to type 2 diabetes. It's important to note that diabetes ranks among the top 10 leading causes of death and is one of the 3 most prevalent illnesses in our nation. While it can be managed, preventing it is always easier than treating it. Your heart health will also be impacted. When it comes to chronic diseases resulting from poor lifestyle choices, the harsh reality is that a diagnosis rarely comes alone. If you have a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, you also elevate your chances of developing cardiovascular disease. Almost every item on the McDonald's menu surpasses the daily sugar limit recommended by the American Heart Association. McDonald's meals are alarmingly high in trans fats. This type of fat is the most harmful you can consume. In fact, doctors advise that you should aim for 0 trans fats each day. Both added sugars and trans fats can raise your bad cholesterol levels and contribute to weight gain. When combined, these factors can lead to various heart-related issues, including clogged arteries. Regardless of how tasty and fulfilling McDonald's food might be, it inevitably leads to weight gain. Even worse, those calories aren't healthy or nutritious. In fact, most of them likely come from added sugars, trans fats, and unhealthy carbohydrates. All those artificial flavors, fried items, and sauces can really affect your digestive health. The essential functions of the body have hardly changed over the centuries, meaning that the stomach isn't built to process so many artificial ingredients on a daily basis. However, the worst offender is still sodium, salt. In fact, sodium is the main reason why McDonald's meals taste so good and are so addictive. Nutritionist Toby Amador highlights that you can consume over 75% of your daily recommended sodium intake in just one fast food meal. And when you consume too much sodium, you increase your risk for health issues like high blood pressure, heart attack, and kidney diseases. Before individuals face those long-term issues, all that extra sodium can cause bloating, stomach cramps, or even nausea. Unfortunately, the enjoyment derived from indulging in French fries and burgers is merely a fleeting illusion created by artificial flavors and clever marketing. Many individuals who find themselves gaining weight from fast food also start to feel insecure about their appearance, which impacts their social interactions. This creates a harmful cycle that heightens the risk of depression. Nowadays, an increasing number of people are dealing with infertility. Sadly, leading an unhealthy lifestyle is one of the main reasons behind this problem. For instance, a study published in Environmental Health Perspectives showed that fast food is generally high in phthalates, a group of chemicals that can severely disrupt your hormones, subsequently affecting your fertility. Moreover, consuming such chemicals found in fast food during pregnancy can elevate the risk of birth defects for your fetus. In the end, it's simply not worth the risk, whether or not you plan to have a child in the near future. The skin, nails, and hair need a lot of nutrients to remain strong and healthy. That's why there are so many beauty products packed with nutrients like calcium and other vitamins. But the positive effects of these products will only last for a short time if you keep eating McDonald's all the time. Foods that are high in carbs can cause serious spikes in blood sugar. This is one of the main reasons for acne. McDonald's has played a big role in the increase of obesity and other health issues around the globe. The fast food chain offers unhealthy meals loaded with too much saturated fat, salt, sugar, and calories. This kind of high-calorie, high-fat food is making people gain weight and develop long-term health problems like diabetes and heart disease. Research has indicated that people who often eat fast food are at a greater risk of becoming obese compared to those who eat it infrequently. Lately, researchers have discovered that consuming too many saturated fats can really damage your health. This negative impact can especially affect your prospective memory, the ability to remember what we planned to do. Nowadays, a lot of people think that nearly every type of food can raise their cancer risk. While that's a bit exaggerated, it's true that many foods are packed with unhealthy ingredients that can actually heighten those risks over time. The Physicians' Committee for Responsible Medicine has discovered that PIGEP, a chemical associated with prostate, colon, and breast cancers, frequently appears in fast food meat, especially grilled chicken. Although McDonald's meals haven't been tested for this specific chemical yet, they definitely contain sodium nitrate and sodium nitrite, two preservatives that help keep the meat looking fresh and extend its shelf life. Now, considering that a McDonald's burger looked exactly the same after months in a bag, it's clear that their food does have cancer-causing substances. McDonald's packs in a ton of calories, but very few of those are actually good for you. This means you might feel full, but your body isn't getting the vitamins, minerals, or nutrients it needs to be healthy. As a result, you'll find yourself hungry again pretty quickly. If you keep eating foods that are low in nutrients, you'll get stuck in a cycle where your body never gets what it really needs. McDonald's has had a huge influence not just on American culture, but also worldwide. It's one of the biggest fast food chains in the world, playing a major role in the American economy. McDonald's has played a significant role in shaping the evolution of American cuisine, as Mickey D's has made fast food a popular meal option, affecting people's eating habits around the world. Moreover, McDonald's has a serious impact on the environment. The fast food giant is associated with deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and other harmful effects on our planet. As a major buyer of meat, McDonald's contributes to a large portion of global greenhouse gas emissions. The worldwide demand for beef drives cattle farming, which requires more land for grazing. This need for additional land leads to deforestation, further increasing greenhouse gas emissions. Additionally, the single-use plastic packaging used for McDonald's products significantly adds to global plastic pollution. Even though McDonald's is definitely attractive, it might not be the healthiest choice since many items on their menu are loaded with calories, unhealthy fats, and sugars. After looking into the harmful effects of eating McDonald's food, it's clear that it's not good for your health. McDonald's may provide convenience, low prices, and a tasty meal, but it comes at the expense of your overall health. The additives, preservatives, and chemicals found in their products have raised concerns about their long-term effects on the body. It's important to remember that moderation is key if you choose to eat their food. Are people finally waking up to what's really going on? How has McDonald's responded to growing public backlash? Let's find out. McDonald's faces criticism. Food companies are relying on our cravings and addictions to boost their sales. They understand our preferences and provide what we want at reasonable prices. The downside? It might jeopardize our long-term health. On top of that, McDonald's has gained a bad reputation for using genetically modified ingredients, preservatives, and other artificial additives to achieve their signature taste. In 1990, a small group called London Greenpeace, which is not related to the global organization Greenpeace, handed out leaflets titled "What's Wrong with McDonald's?", which pointed out the company's poor record on environmental issues, health, and labor practices. The corporation responded by demanding that the group stop and apologize, and when two activists stood their ground, they were sued for libel, resulting in the lengthy McLibel case, one of the longest in English civil law. A documentary about the McLibel trial has been screened in various countries. McDonald's can be quite harmful to your health because of its high levels of fat, sugar, and sodium. As one of the most famous fast food chains globally, it draws in millions of customers every day. Nevertheless, numerous nutritionists and health professionals are cautioning the public about the negative impacts of McDonald's meals. The excessive amounts of fat, sugar, and sodium in popular items like burgers, fries, and sodas can result in various health issues, including obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. Additionally, the fast food giant has faced criticism for utilizing low-quality and heavily processed ingredients, along with additives and artificial flavors and colors to make their meals more attractive and addictive to customers. While McDonald's has made some changes to its menu by adding healthier options like salads and fruit, patrons need to be careful when selecting what to eat from this restaurant. McDonald's, the largest fast food chain in the world, is famous for its quick and convenient meals that can be ordered on the go. They offer a variety of items, from burgers and fries to chicken nuggets and ice cream. However, with so many options available, it can be tough to decide what to order. Fast food is typically unhealthy because it tends to be high in calories, fat, and sodium. Most fast food is also highly processed, containing numerous additives and preservatives. As a result, it often lacks essential nutrients such as vitamins and minerals. Consuming a lot of fast food can lead to weight gain, high blood pressure, and various other health issues. Many items on McDonald's menu are really high in calories, fat, and sodium. Even things that seem harmless, like French fries, can have a lot of calories and fat. Although McDonald's is quick and easy, most of what they serve is loaded with calories, fat, and sodium. If you want to keep a healthy diet, it's a good idea to stay away from fast food as much as you can. But if you do choose to treat yourself, make sure to pick items that are lower in calories and fat. Fast food has become a big part of our busy lives. You can find a fast food place on almost every city block, and McDonald's is a favorite for many. Where did it all start? And how did one burger joint become a worldwide empire? This story will leave you stunned. McDonald's. In 1940, brothers Richard and Maurice McDonald started McDonald's as a hamburger stand in San Bernardino, California, and quickly began franchising the business. The iconic Golden Arches logo was launched in 1953. Then, in 1955, Ray Kroc, a businessman, became a franchise agent for McDonald's and later purchased the company in 1961. Since then, McDonald's has grown to have locations all over the world. There are more than 50,000 McDonald's restaurants globally, with about a quarter of them located in the U.S. Besides selling food, McDonald's makes money by owning 70% of the restaurant buildings and 45% of the land underneath them, which they lease to franchisees. In 2018, McDonald's was the second largest private employer in the world, with 1,700,000 employees just behind Walmart, most of whom work in the franchises. The most popular items McDonald's sells are their French fries and Big Mac hamburgers, but they also offer cheeseburgers, chicken, fish, fruit, and salads. However, McDonald's has faced criticism regarding the nutritional value of its food, animal welfare issues, and low wages for workers. Siblings Richard and Maurice McDonald aimed to earn $1 million before they turned 50, so they opened the first McDonald's at 1398 North E Street at West 14th Street in San Bernardino, California, on May 15, 1940. In 1948, the McDonald brothers launched the Speedy service system, which expanded on the fast food principles that White Castle had introduced over 20 years earlier. When they created the Speedy service system, they let go of their 20 car hops, switched from silverware and plates to paper wrappings and cups to eliminate the need for a dishwasher, and streamlined their menu to just 9 items: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, 3 soft drink flavors in one 12-ounce size, milk, coffee, potato chips, and pie. Richard McDonald later stated that their whole concept was based on speed, lower prices, and volume. The first mascot for McDonald's was a chef with a hamburger for a head, known as Speedy. In 1962, the Golden Arches took over as the main mascot. Then, in 1963, the clown mascot Ronald McDonald was introduced to appeal to kids. The current corporation credits its founding to Ray Kroc, a franchised businessman who opened the 9th McDonald's restaurant on April 15, 1955. However, this location was destroyed in 1984 after the San Isidro McDonald's massacre. Kroc was known for being a tough business partner, which ultimately pushed the McDonald brothers out of the industry. Kroc and the McDonald brothers had a struggle over who would control the business, as noted in Kroc's autobiography. In 1961, he bought out the McDonald brothers' share in the company and started expanding it globally. The original San Bernardino restaurant was eventually demolished in 1971, and the land was sold to the Juan Pollo chain in 1998. Now, this location serves as the headquarters for Juan Pollo, along with a McDonald's and a Route 66 museum. As McDonald's grew into various international markets, it became a representation of globalization and the spread of American culture. In 2006, McDonald's launched its Forever Young brand by giving all its restaurants a makeover. They transformed the restaurants into a cafe-like atmosphere, featuring mostly terracotta, gray, and olive colors. The new designs also included mainly wooden furniture. One franchise owner described the updated look as personable, friendly, and inviting. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, McDonald's had to close most of the seating areas and all play zones in its restaurants across the United States. They shifted to drive-through and curbside service at their locations, along with online food ordering and delivery options. McDonald's mainly sells hamburgers, different kinds of chicken, chicken sandwiches, French fries, soft drinks, shakes, breakfast foods, and desserts. In many places, McDonald's also has salads and vegetarian options, wraps, and other local dishes. In many places, McDonald's also has salads and vegetarian options, wraps, and other local dishes. Seasonally, they offer the McRib sandwich. Every March, they have a Shamrock Shake to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. The company frequently adds new items for a limited time or brings back old favorites. Additionally, the chain has some region-specific items in the United States. For instance, the Hatch Green Chili Double Cheeseburger, which features New Mexico green chili, is only sold in New Mexico. In 2021, McDonald's removed value meals and lower-priced items from their menu to focus on more expensive options. When Steve Easterbrook took over as CEO in 2015, McDonald's simplified their menu, which had almost 200 items in the U.S. They aimed to offer healthier choices and eliminated high-fructose corn syrup from their hamburger buns. They also took out artificial preservatives from Chicken McNuggets, swapping chicken skin, safflower oil, and citric acid for pea starch, rice starch, and powdered lemon juice. On September 2018, McDonald's USA revealed that they have completely removed artificial preservatives, flavors, and colors from 7 of their classic burgers sold in the U.S. These include the hamburger, cheeseburger, double cheeseburger, McDouble, quarter pounder with cheese, veggies, double quarter pounder with cheese, and the Big Mac. However, the pickles will still contain an artificial preservative. But customers have the option to skip pickles on their burgers. In November 2020, McDonald's introduced McPlant, a plant-based burger, and announced plans to create more meat-alternative menu items, including chicken substitutes and breakfast sandwiches. This decision followed the successful trials of Beyond Meat's plant-based meat substitutes. By late 2022, McDonald's confirmed that the Double McPlant would be available at all locations in the United Kingdom and Ireland, thanks to the popularity of the McPlant. In 2024, some McDonald's locations in the UK began testing vegan ice cream flavors called Choco Scoop and Strawberry Scoop, which received positive feedback. McDonald's menu is tailored to suit the tastes of consumers in different countries. In many places, especially in Asia, they offer soup. This local variation from the usual menu is something the chain is well known for, and it's used either to respect local food restrictions, like the ban on beef in India, or to provide foods that locals are more accustomed to, like McRice in Indonesia, or the Ebi Burger in Singapore and Japan. In China, McDonald's breakfast menu features fried buns and soybean milk. On September 4, 2024, McDonald's teamed up with the Central Food Technological Research Institute in India to launch millet-based buns. These buns are made with 3 main types of millet: pearl millet, sorghum, and finger millet, and 2 minor types, proso and paspalum scrobiculatum, making up 22% of the bun. This new recipe offers more calcium, iron, and protein, along with a bit of complex carbs to help you feel full faster. In France, McDonald's is known as McDo. They offer macaroons, croque McDos, croissants, pain au chocolat, and even beer. In Germany and some other Western European nations, you can also find beer at McDonald's. In New Zealand, McDonald's used to sell meat pies until 2020, when they partially revived the Georgie Pie fast food chain they had acquired in 1996. In Greece, the famous Big Mac is modified by adding tzatziki sauce and is served in a pita. In the US and Canada, after some limited regional trials, McDonald's started offering a partial breakfast menu all day in 2015 and 2017, respectively. However, all-day breakfast was removed from the menu at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. In the US, most standalone McDonald's locations provide both counter service and drive-through service, with options for indoor and sometimes outdoor seating. Back in 1994, McDonald's tried out Hearth Express, a prototype that focused on home-style takeout meals. They offered dishes like meatloaf, fried chicken, and baked ham. This experiment began with one location in Darien, Illinois, but it closed after just 1 year. McDrive, also known as drive-through, automac, or pay and drive in various countries, typically has separate areas for ordering, paying, and picking up food while customers stay in their cars. It was first launched in Sierra Vista, Arizona in 1975, following the example of other fast food chains. The first McDrive in Britain opened in Fallowfield, Manchester, in 1986. In some places, McDrive locations near highways do not have counter service or seating, while those in busy city areas often lack drive-through service. Additionally, there are a few spots, mainly in downtown areas, that provide a walk-through service instead of drive-through. McCafe is a cafe-style addition to McDonald's restaurants. This idea was developed by McDonald's Australia, beginning in Melbourne in 1993. In 2023, McDonald's stopped offering 3 of its bakery products: the apple fritter, blueberry muffin, and cinnamon roll. McDonald's next features an open-concept design and provides Create Your Taste digital ordering. This concept store also includes free mobile device charging and table service after 6 p.m. The first location opened in Hong Kong on December 2015. The buildings are not bright and colorful. Instead, they use more natural tones, like concrete and unpolished oak. McDonald's playgrounds were previously known as playlands and were located outside. After safety concerns were raised about the playgrounds, McDonald's relocated them indoors and started using softer materials, like plastic instead of metal. They changed the name to Play Places in 1987. Some McDonald's locations are linked to gas stations and convenience stores, while others, known as Mac Express, have limited seating or menu options and might be found in shopping malls. Additionally, some McDonald's are situated within Walmart stores. McStop is designed for truckers and travelers, offering services typically found at truck stops. In July 2023, the company revealed plans for a new fast food brand named Cosmic's, which would be trialed at 10 locations. The first outlet opened in December 2023 in Bolingbrook, Illinois. This location had a smaller footprint compared to regular McDonald's and aimed to sell coffee and other beverages to afternoon customers. The brand name was inspired by Cosmac, a McDonaldland mascot that featured in ads during the late 1980s and early 1990s. Even though 4 more locations were later opened in Texas, McDonald's announced in May 2025 that all of them would close and the related app would be discontinued by the end of June that year. Some flavors of Cosmic's beverages will be tested in other McDonald's locations across the U.S. McDonald's has restaurants in 120 countries and territories, serving 68 million customers every day. As of 2023, there are 41,800 McDonald's locations and 45,000 employees in the United States. The on-demand delivery service from McDonald's started in 2017 with a partnership with Uber Eats, and in 2019, they added DoorDash, with some locations also including Grubhub in 2021. This delivery service made up about 3% of all business by 2019. In 2019, McDonald's company-owned and franchise restaurants generated $100 billion in sales, which is nearly 4% of the estimated $2.5 trillion global restaurant industry. To concentrate on its main brand, McDonald's began selling off other chains it had bought in the 1990s. The company held a majority stake in Chipotle Mexican Grill until October 2006, when it completely divested from Chipotle through a stock exchange. Until December 2003, it also owned Donato's Pizza and had a small share in Aroma Cafe from 1999 to 2001. On August 27, 2007, McDonald's sold Boston Market to Sun Capital Partners. McDonald's has raised its shareholder dividends for 25 straight years, making it one of the S&P 500 dividend aristocrats. The company ranks 131st on the Fortune 500 list of the largest corporations in the United States by revenue. On October 2012, its monthly sales dropped for the first time in 9 years. In 2014, it experienced its first quarterly sales decline in 17 years, with sales falling for the entire year of 1997. In the U.S., it's reported that drive-thrus make up 70% of sales. McDonald's shut down 184 restaurants in the United States in 2015, which was 59 more than they had planned to open. This was the first time McDonald's saw a net decrease in the number of locations in the U.S. since 1970. In the first quarter of 2025, as U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff plans started to be revealed and put into action, McDonald's revenue in the U.S. dropped by 3.6% compared to the previous year, marking the largest sales decline in the U.S. since the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. McDonald's owns the land where many of its restaurants are located, which is estimated to be worth around $42 billion. A big part of the company's income comes from rent paid by franchisees. These rental payments increased by 26% from 2010 to 2015, making up 1/5 of the company's total revenue by the end of that period. Recently, there have been suggestions to separate the company's U.S. properties into a possible real estate investment trust. But during the investor conference on November 10, 2015, the company stated that this wouldn't take place. CEO Steve Easterbrook explained that going for the REIT option would be too risky for the company's business model. McDonald's provides training for its franchisees and management at hamburger universities. As of 2015, these hamburger universities are located in Oak Brook, Tokyo, London, Sydney, Munich, Sao Paulo, Shanghai, and Moscow. In other nations, McDonald's restaurants are run by joint ventures between McDonald's Corporation and local businesses or governments. Due to public demand, McDonald's has worked to add healthier options to its menu, revealing in May 2008 that it had switched to cooking oil with no trans fats for its French fries in the United States and Canada, and was using canola oil mixed with corn and soy oils for its baked goods, pies, and cookies by the end of 2018. McDonald's aims to open 900 new restaurants in the U.S. by 2027. Globally, they plan to establish over 10,000 new locations, which will bring the total to 50,000 restaurants worldwide by 2027. The company has pledged to eliminate deforestation in its global supply chain for beef and 4 other products by 2030. Additionally, McDonald's has a goal to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050, aiming to reduce global carbon emissions. They are also launching a new initiative called Digitizing the Arches. As part of this, McDonald's is partnering with Google to use artificial intelligence to automate their restaurants, along with Google Cloud technology. Furthermore, they intend to grow their loyalty program from 150 million to 250 million active users within 90 days by 2027. McDonald's is also looking to enhance its digital ordering system so that 30% of deliveries will come from their app by 2027. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.